All right, good morning, guys. Quick sound check. I can hear myself. All right, we're gonna kick the morning off. He said balls and wieners. All right, bro. When I was in middle school, this dude Justin Raudebush, we rode the bus together. A big old fat dude. He was like 5'11", but like probably 315, 320. It was a funny dude. He'd get on the bus and he'd just yell out. He'd be like, "Cock and balls." Oh, that's hilarious. That just brought me back like 25 years. Maybe not that many. All right. We're going to kick off first thing this morning, though. We're going to drop a little giveaway in the chat for you guys. And there you go. I should be dropping in there. Exclamation raffle to get entered to win. We're going to do that first thing. First thing. That's crazy, huh? All right. Let's take a look at these markets. The game plan has pretty much been already put together last night in the chat there. But I'm keeping an eye on a couple things here. Number one, 67 and 61s here for the S&Ps, which we're currently trading above. So if we can continue to trade above that, then I'm open to the idea of the open above, pullback, test, longs, kind of all that situation. And from there, then I think we have targets to 6,800s. So there's like 40 couple points, give or take, worth of room there that we can move. So I kind of like that. S&Ps are pretty strong here. We're up 1.6% on the day in there. We're up 2.06% here for the NASDAQ. Russell's up 1.6% and the Dow is up 1.04%. And we're doing all this with pretty decent volume in 287,000 contracts so far for the S&Ps there. Now, same game plan in the NASDAQ here. The level just ends up being this 25,149.75s here, which you can see we're kind of trading about 70 points above at the moment. So I'd like to ideally see a pullback, get down into there, establish some sort of divergence, and then look for a rally out of that area in order to participate upon that. Now, we do have another level in here. It's going to be 2392.50s in the Russell. So Russell's putting in a pretty decent move here. And above that level, I'm also bullish in there, which is kind of crazy because I'm essentially bullish like everywhere, which I don't know that I necessarily love that idea. But yeah, we're getting a nice pop in the Dow there as well. So while yes, I'm bullish across the board and everything's doing the right thing, getting the gap above, etc. I also just want to be super cautious of a failure. So if we don't hold any of these levels and we fail 67, 61s here for S&Ps, we fail the 149.75s for NASDAQ, any and all of the above things, if they happen, then I want to like take a step back and let that kind of do its thing. So, but yeah, we're ready to go here. We got about 20 seconds till the bell. It's a pretty simple game plan for today. And let's see if we can't get this to set up for us. I don't think there's anything we're missing here at the moment. But yeah, looks good to go. There's the bell. Opening print 214.50s for the NASDAQ. You got Apple with a nice gap up. NVDA has room to 202s. A pretty hard bar down first thing here. Trade 155s there. S&Ps on the other hand traded right down into 67, 61s and getting a bounce now. A little aggressive, I think, to maybe just try and long right off of that, but it kind of looks like it's working. This little front run might set us up for a really nice divergence down there, though, for 149s and NASDAQ there. The tick's got a big opening there. 1394 on the open up there, or high print at least. Excuse me. Russell with a nice move there as well now. Let's see if NASDAQ wants to come down and get these 149s. We still got about 400 points worth of room to go in the Dow. There's room to 47 234s. So I'm certainly open to doing something in there as well. It's just tough when it goes ahead and rips 170 points off the open like that. S&P's trying to test opening print there. See what we can do, if we can come down and grab those 149s or not. I'm halfway. Tempted to grab S&Ps, but I don't like the immediate kind of pullback like it's doing here. We traded 151 quarters there. I grabbed a little S&P here. The stops on this aren't bad. It's about 3 points for about 30 points worth of target. NASDAQ 151 quarters there, so a small little front run. S&P is about to make new highs now. NASDAQ trying to get over opening print here. Traded 73, 75s there. I don't love this right here. I'm just going to close it for now. Could be a little bit premature, but I don't love the NASDAQ rally back to opening print and kind of rejecting there now. I'd rather just wait a second. It could be a mistake because S&Ps are a little bit stronger than NASDAQ here. Over opening print, all the things. The Dow is probably the better long. It's trying to set up that little kind of 1, 2, 3 type of thing here. That low is 780. This is about 50 points. 50 points worth of stop loss there. I don't know. I'm gonna wait. I think we got S&P's making new highs. If we front run the 149.75s in the Nasdaq and decide to rally 300 points from there on the day, that would be a little bit sad, obviously. But I don't really know what else I could do about that. And I'm trying to justify whether the risk, the reward on that move is worth compromising not getting the level test here at the moment, and it seems like it probably is, but which we did have it in the S&Ps, which is why I initially put the S&P position on. I kind of thought we might dip under those 65s for a second. That's why I took that position off, but that might not be the case. I think we still might see the NASDAQ come down here, go ahead and get those 149s, give us a little divergence, and then from there we can pick up our position and ride it off into the sunset. Like I said, I'm staying hopeful, staying patient, following the rules. Don't forget exclamation raffle in the chat if you guys want to get entered to that giveaway for a free eval. $1.51 here. Tesla also making a really nice move. Back down, hose didn't want me. Now I'm hot, hose all on me. Nice little S&P start to the rally here. I kind of want to pick up a Dow position in here. We got that extra little shimmy now. That low is 77s here. But S&P's putting new highs there. I don't have it yet. I want to press the entry here on the Dow. I want to press the entry on something here. But I don't think we have it just yet, and that's... I'm trying to keep myself... There's a lot of potential here in the Dow. That's the only thing that's like... We got a little 5-minute 1, 2, 3 kind of developing right there. And I like it. Whether we can get that continuation. I still think we just honestly wait for that NASDAQ divergence. Let that 149.75 get tested. And then go from there. There we go. 149.75's traded now. I'm going to give it a second here. The more conservative entry at this point would obviously be back over opening print, which I'm okay with. I'm torn between Dow or S&Ps here. NASDAQ's the only market that technically made that new low there. S&P's right back at opening print. All right, I think that was it. I'm going to grab a Dow position here. It stops under these lows just now. And then I'll look to add a NASDAQ as well here on a new entry over opening print. A really nice little test of that 149.75s there for NASDAQ. Good patience, all the things we needed to see there. Like I said, I'm going with the Dow at the moment as kind of like a more core position just because I think it has a ton of room here. And then I'm going to look to add a NASDAQ position. If we can get this pullback here to like 214s, that's that opening print area, which we're kind of trading at currently right now. And I'm small in there. High days 242s. So we got about 30 points to try and pop here. Should be a good little entry right off opening print somewhere in here. 242 quarter, no, that shows 249. Daily chart shows 242s, that's interesting. Anyways, let's go for 250s on a little first target. I'm going to give this to about 190s here. I think we might retest this little area here on the 5-minute chart. This is the spot where it's got to hold. S&P's just retested opening print there. A little deeper of a reaction from opening print than I would have expected here. Still managing to hold right in here though. I'd like to see this push back up through opening print now. S&P's off opening print looks really good too though. Just be patient with it and see if we can't push back through. There we go. That was an interesting little 2-minute bar there. I did not expect it to pull back quite that much through. Again, we've got bigger ranges that we're kind of working with here, so to some degree it's not a big surprise, but I expected us to have a little bit more strength right there than I think that we did. See if we can't get this push now into 250s. It's a decent, anywhere up there, 250, 260 is a good kind of first target to go ahead and look to hold or lock some in and then hold the rest. That pullback to S&P's off 65's opening print was actually really nice. I already had a position in the Dow. I took some off there. We're getting that nice little pop there in NASDAQ. Like I said, I had a position already in the Dow and in the NASDAQ, so I did not want to overload it. No, never mind. Probably can't say that. Sometimes with the things I do say, it's honestly kind of amazing that I don't say other things that come to mind. I consider that a W. Let's go, Dowie. You can do it. What was that? Oh, that's gold. Gold getting a nice little break. So right now we can see, so notice something. We got the Dow making a pretty decent move at the current moment, right? And NASDAQ is, yes, we did pop up. We got those, 250s, 260s there. But we've actually like pulled back just a little bit, right? 20, 25 points or so, whatever it is now. And the Dow still continues to rally. So I don't know if I'm right on this or not just yet. And we might want to trim back up that rest of the NASDAQ position. We might just have to give it a trail. I'm trying to be patient with it, but if we're going to hold that little pullback just now and go back through highs, then I think we'll be fine with it. But again, I don't know if I'm going to be right on this or not. I just think the Dow has an insane amount of room to 234s. Yes, the NASDAQ also has an insane amount of room, but I like just a little something in the Dow, a little extra today, and that's why I wanted to put that position on and try and just hold that as like a core position on the day and scalp around and trade, other entries and stuff in the NASDAQ. maybe in the S&Ps, we'll see. If we do fail from up in this area, though, I don't really think it matters what position we have. It's probably going to stop, right? But I think the Dow has the best chance on the day of maybe getting us to those bigger targets. So we'll see if that ends up being the case or not. I don't think y'all got much time left, by the way. About 5 minutes left on that giveaway. So hashtag, or not hashtag, exclamation, a raffle in the chat for that. Nice little gold pop there. Silver kind of following through. NASDAQ, I'd like to go ahead and see this push up through whatever those highs are now, 268. I gave you a lot of praise, Dow. It's time for you to go do your thing. 47 234s is calling your name. 47 234s. Risk reward on that's about 8.6 to 1. Watch it be NASDAQ that does it. I have smaller size in NASDAQ. Like, son of a bitch. Market wins again. I tried to be smart. What if we dump? I cry. And then I walk away. Honestly, though, if we dump, I have no plans to do anything with this. At the moment, like there really shouldn't be a reason for us to dump. Obviously, we always can, of course, but I wouldn't necessarily be interested in doing anything from a short perspective. Like I just don't. Like, yeah, maybe we try and short under 149s and get to, 954s, but I wouldn't be comfortable with that short. It just doesn't seem like the move on the day. It's also would be essentially counter trend. If you want shorts, it's probably from 483s at that point though. So like if Nasdaq can get all the way up to there, or Dow can get to 47 234s, then that's a different situation, right? At that point, we are, in my opinion, I think more likely to see what would be that move there, back to the downside, right? So we're trying for about 430 points here in the Dow. That would put us up, I don't know, like another 1%, give or take, right? So it'd put us up at like, 2.2, 2.3% on the day. Then from there, I think we'd be okay to look at that. But yeah, at the moment, I'm not interested in those shorts. We got room still to 6,800s and S&Ps. I'm kind of kicking my initial gut this morning was to go with the S&Ps over 67, 61s to 6,800s. And then the Dow kind of showed a little bit more of like an attitude that I liked. So the price action was, I thought, a little bit better. And so that's why I went there. And again, I could have picked the S&Ps and it could do the exact same thing. So it doesn't, at the end of the day, there's really there's no concrete evidence one way or the other as to which one's going to be it. No topping tail there now in the Dow. All right, sweet. We got 18 entries into this giveaway. Let's go ahead and we'll pick a winner. Yo, let's go. Is that Jill? That be you? Just coming in, sliding in, taking a W on the giveaway. Let's go. Congrats. Shoot me is she still even in here? Is you still in here? Bro, look at that hair. Won't you take me home for a minute? Why do I not see your message? She said, love the beard. Why do I don't, I can't see your messages in the chat. I see them in the other box for some reason. But they're not showing up in this one. That's weird. Yeah, shoot me a DM on it. I can see your messages in the like prize picker thingy though, but not in the YouTube chat. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, shoot me a DM on Discord, and I'll get that set up for you. Congrats again, by the way. Full port or nothing with it. It's free. I'm just kidding. That's not. Don't do that. Yeah, that is weird. Can anybody else see her messages? No, I mean I got everything. Oh, wait a minute. Yo, that's it. I got it now. I do see it now. I didn't know there was that button up there. Thanks for that, Joe. Appreciate you. Yeah, for sure. All right. Dow highs here, 892s. We pushed 892 so far. What is that? That is new highs for the Dow. New highs for the Dow. Highway, highway. Won't you take me home for a minute? Slowly on this road. Nice NASDAQ move. Anybody still holding a piece of NASDAQ here with me? We got that first little exit that kind of allowed us to lock in a little bit of profits and manage risk there on that. We're kind of sitting nicely now. I'm wondering if we need to do a little bit more management up here as we just dropped like 30 points. I think what I might look to do is potentially try and lock NASDAQ in and lock Dow in. I don't want to like choke them out is the only problem, but I don't also want to risk open profits back at this point in either. Russell making a nice move here. I don't love this NASDAQ little action here. Needs to push back up. If it can push back up, then we can get a trail stop in place. But I'm debating if we need to go ahead and take something off here. I don't think we do. I'm trying to be patient with it. The Russell making a nice move. Almost 16 points in there. Off those 92.50s now. Nice. Couple people long. Let's go. Let's see if we can continue the push. There's nothing that says otherwise at the moment, so the VIX is kind of interesting though. It's been rallying a bit off the gap down this morning. We got another little new high there by a tick on the Dow. I never love that little bit of action, the way that looks right there. Well, Hello? I trailed on the NASDAQ there. I'm trying to be patient with the Dow here. I'd really love it to turn back and we can get a trail stop in there. I don't know what happened. I did try to put a trail stop in on NASDAQ and it rejected it on that hard push down. I don't love that, honestly. Just a little bit of a divergence up here in the Dow. Still a lot of room to go, though. That's the only downfall here. NASDAQ back to opening print. I had a feeling we needed to do some management up there. It's tough when there's still 400 points to go at the moment in the Dow, though. Like I want that to do his thing. I'm going to trail it at break even, though. Well, there goes those profits. We had about 2 R's in it up at the highs. Again, I was looking for that 8R trade on it. I made a little bit of money off NASDAQ there, so I guess we can't really complain on it too much, but something up there just wasn't quite right. This little 2-minute kind of NASDAQ pop. Yeah, no, I wanted the bigger trade for sure. That was the main objective on the day. Again, it's tough to want to take profits at 2 R's when there's freaking 8 R's on the table, but that's a hard move down out of pretty much nowhere, though. We were getting close to 6,800s for S&Ps. Russell was making a nice move too. And then one 5-minute bar kind of came in and wiped everything out here now. When we see something like that, though, like there was essentially no hesitation that we got to just go ahead and cut. Like there's no point in giving that the full stop at that point, right? When we see some type of action like that, we just got to go ahead and cut that. So, I mean, we didn't necessarily lose on the position, but we also didn't make anything either. I think I might have lost like 25 bucks on overall just right there, entry and exit, essentially at break even. I lost 3 ticks in the Dow, so I will take that. I will be okay with that. I don't know if we get our I don't know if we get our big runaway day. It was looking like we almost had it too. We had another like 20 some odd minutes of rally on our hands. We would have been good to go. Damn, Trump tweets a lot. I put that Trump socials bot in the chat, and now, I mean, I spend like 8 minutes a day just like scrolling down just to get to the bottom of all his chat. 65, 75 there for S&Ps. We did pull back, just barely kind of pushed under those lows. 755s, we traded 747s now, getting a decent little pop there. It's a tough long at this point now. Without that move, it made more sense. But it probably didn't need the retest back here to like 750s, so but we rallied back. So this is where people get in trouble. Like our entries right around 46 800s before. Stops would have been down there at 46 750s. So if you stuck rigid to that plan, right, and you did get out down there at 750s, now we're right back up here at 46 800s, the original entry in the long, and then people will step in and try and go back in those longs at 46 800s just now. And then now we're, we just got a nice little 20-point pullback. Now people are questioning, oh, I'm back in my longs. Should I be back in my longs? Like this is you can see the pure like manipulation of what your brain would be thinking to do in this moment in time, because we've all been there at some point, and it's like, it's like, all right, we can just give this a minute here. That's why you're going to the gym. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. A wellness check. Yeah. Oh man, I think if you were looking to short this market, it was that retest just now of opening print in NASDAQ here. We kind of pushed up to 220 quarters there. You still got to get us through 149s to really get going, and I'd be a little bit cautious of some type of divergence down here again that tries to hold. So I don't think longs or shorts at the moment are. I don't think either one is technically a play. I can make a valid argument for both. I'm kind of watching gold off of opening print here. And yeah, if you did try like the Dow situation I was just talking about, if you held that to a stop and then tried to rebuy at 46 800s, like you legitimately just stopped again, right? Like that's that old mentality that a lot of traders get kind of stuck in. You know, they long it, they get stopped out, they long back because it's back at their entry. If they held on, they wouldn't be down. They'll let me buy it back type of thing. And this little bottoming tail right now is actually not terrible. 745s. Like I said, I think the Dow still has some potential on the day. But again, at the moment, I'm not necessarily convinced one way or the other. I still don't have... Russell's trying to hold here. Dow's trying to hold as well. At least at the moment. We might honestly have to sit back here and start to look more towards a 15-minute chart and see how this wants to develop. I still kind of like the Dow. That risk reward is about the same. We traded 745s. We didn't get new lows for anything down there, so there's no extra divergence, which S&P's popping through those 67, 61s and getting under 60 quarters would have honestly been nice. If we had done that, I probably would be back in the Dow at this point, but I think the entries in which we took this morning were probably the best entries on the board for when we took them. Now I just got to be patient and wait. NASDAQ back over opening print, trying to act like it wants to hold here. Do we put NASDAQ back on is the question. This is this is not fun. I kind of like that little NASDAQ pullback there. Low is 193s. I feel like I'm trying to force something though. Do you think Dow plays for that though? I'm going to grab a little bit of Dow here. A 15-minute reversal is just going to be gnarly if it does make the move. I'm a little bit less size. I'm putting stops here down around 15s, 8.15 there. Trying to play this little 2-minute 1, 2, 3. A little bit late on my entry, but I don't think this market's done going higher on the day, and I do want a position on in the Dow still. That little pullback and whatever that nonsense was not fun. Oh, let's see here. Like I said, there's still room. Excuse me. 47, 234s here. So we're still talking about 350 points worth of room. Russell made new highs. Dow made new highs. So far, S&Ps and NASDAQ not. This is the part where it's like, we just got to kind of sit and wait, let the position work out. We kind of just slowed down and stalled out a little bit here now. NASDAQ making a better move than the Dow here now. Gold turned back down. Yeah. This turned into a little bit of a slop fest here now, unfortunately. I was super hopeful. There, right there. I'm getting less and less interested here, unfortunately. It's kind of looking like we might take a little bit longer to digest this gap than I would have expected us to here this morning. Again, shorts I don't think are necessarily on the table unless we were to crack 25 149s here for NASDAQ. It's tough to want to think that we do that at the moment, considering how well we've held initially here. We're going to be pretty much stuck right between this 67 61s and probably 6800s today for the S&Ps. All right. Sorry, I was trying to do something else there. NASDAQ new highs, S&P's new highs, Dow trying to push new highs now here as well. So we're making a decent little push now. What is this, about 75 points or so off that opening print for NASDAQ. A little bit more, actually, yeah. Nice little push to highs, 310s. Like I said, I did pick up a position back in the Dow again. That's working decent so far. You know, let's just try and see if we can't continue to hold this. Like I said, I think there's still room there. I don't love just the overall action in general, just because it's like it's slowed down and everything that's kind of moving with that. But I think we can still manage to find that trend overall in the day for the Dow. A very patience testing type of day here. The scalpers win again. Holding for targets has just not been the move. I think we can do a quick, didn't we do a poll last time? Yeah, we can do a poll. I'll drop a quick little poll in the chat there. Excuse me. Let me know how your day is going. Hashtag, or not hashtag, exclamation vote space green or exclamation vote space red for how the day is going there. I do like the Discord option. I like the emojis a little bit better on the messages to do that. But yeah, let me know how the day is going in the chat. A little poll option. Green, nice. We like green. We like green. He said it's break even, but a $2.38 gain. Yeah, I'm pretty much right there. I'm pretty much right there with you on that. It's, I mean, it's annoying when we see 2 hours of profit come back, but at the same time, it's like I would really love to see 8 hours, and I'm okay with it being 0, but it still doesn't make it any easier. It's still not the best feeling in the world. You got some SPY 700s on Tuesday. What expiration did you get? January 16th, all right. Dow coming back down here. We're a little above break even at the moment. Russell kind of breaking down. I'm wondering if we just close this again and call it a day. I don't love sitting here trying to fight that and not able to get the move yet. Dilemma. No, I'm flat. Well, shucks. NASDAQ coming back down now towards opening print. We just really can't get the breakout today. We just can't get the follow through. that we need to see to make that move. I mean, yeah, we do have a pretty decent range overall on the day, but at the end of the day, it's essentially we went to highs, we came back down to lows, and we went back to highs, and now we're kind of middle of that range. So all things considered, though, I'm happy with the management of the trades from today. Like, we could have really got chopped up, and we avoided that and did, I think, a really, really good job at that. Unfortunately, we just didn't get the trades to make the move in which we wanted. So I'm going to call that a W overall, just from a trade management standpoint. The game plan, everything was spot on. I mean, legitimately 149.75s, like everything worked out essentially in 67, 61s, 23.92 50s for the Russell. Like, you really can't look at any of these markets and be like, yeah, the plan for what it is we were looking for, the area in which we wanted to, the level, of course, right? You can't look at any of that and be like, oh yeah, it didn't do like what we thought it was going to do from there, right? Like it did all the right things except essentially make the move, right? So Trump tweeted again, punishable by death. I don't know what he's talking about. But yeah, so I think I'm going to call it there. It's 10:50. I mean, I could stick around, but at the end of the day, we tried 2 entries here. They probably should have, the first one probably should have made the move. The second one had every bit of, the opportunity to go ahead and do it as well. And it's just been unable to do so. And it's like, okay, if we do end up trying a third entry here and it doesn't work, or it does stop. Luckily, we haven't necessarily had any like stops. We've just had some break evens or right at break evens. And we did get a little bit of profit out on the NASDAQ. So all in all, I mean, it is what it is for market not making the move. And I think we did a good job on that. So I don't know that I really want to press the luck on trying that one more time. So yeah. Scalpers probably did well today. Position type traders, trend type traders, essentially probably break evens or very, very, very small profits on some initial trims. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It definitely is. It's one of the more annoying things, to be honest. But yeah. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Unfortunate series of events, but it is what it is. And I'm going to keep the mentals, keep everything good. It's been a really slow week overall. Small green across the board, so I can't really complain. Kind of sucks to see NASDAQ up, 490 points on the day, and you managed to pull out like 30, 40 points from it. But, again, when you gap up and we're sitting here an hour and 30 minutes into the day, right back at opening print, with a 160 point range, there's not really much we can do with that. So, yeah. And in NVDA earnings, we got the gap up. It's kind of chilling. It really didn't do a whole lot today. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. Appreciate you guys as always. If you need me, feel free to reach out. And yeah. Jill, make sure you send me a DM. I don't think you have, so I don't think you did yet, unless you sent it on Instagram. I haven't checked there. But we'll get you set up with that. And yeah, we might run it back tomorrow and see what we can do. I'm kind of not liking. It would make tomorrow a little bit harder if we don't actually go anywhere today, I think. Unfortunately, kind of leaves the door open for either direction. So I was really hoping we'd see those upper targets get hit today, but nothing we can do about it. So have a great rest of y'all's day. Be safe. Don't do anything stupid. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow.